Hey everyone, this is Matt with Level Up Reviews here, and I've got another review for you. I went and saw The Snowman. So this movie, I cheated a little bit, and I actually saw a couple of reviews beforehand. Here's the thing: it's not the best film. I will admit that it's not, but it's okay. Spoiler alert, by the way, I'm going to go into some spoilers during this review. It's not like you're probably going to go see it anyway because the movie only did 6 million this weekend, so I'm not really estimating. But here's the thing. Okay, so Michael Fassbender, of course, is a great actor. Really happy he was in this. There was a bunch of stars in this movie, and it's based over in Europe. You're not exactly sure where, but it is based over in Europe. You could tell by some of the stuff, the trains and just the landscapes and stuff like that. J.K. Simmons is in this movie too. He plays a businessman, and we have no really clue why he was even in this movie. To be honest, he was just there. He had a connection with one of the girls, but there was no point in his character at all. So this movie's about Michael Fassbender, who is a detective, and he had a troubled life growing up. They showed like 5 minutes in the beginning, and he's a cop, and for some reason he's sleeping on benches outside the snow. They don't really go into why, except for the fact that he's a drunk, so he could have just drank and passed out. But they don't actually explain that, nor do they ever explain the chain smoking. He has some habit of chain smoking constantly. No one really knows why. But regardless, he's a detective, and apparently he's a really good detective because he meets this other girl. I believe her name is Rebecca Ferguson. He meets her, and she talks about the fact that she's seen, she did cases on him when she was going through school, and that he was just really famous detective and stuff like that. But that's really all you ever get. And, it's obvious when he talks to his police chief that his police chief respects him. So, I guess he really is famous. They don't really go into his backstory that much. He also has an ex-girlfriend with a possible kid that they hinted that it's his, but they never really actually come out and say it is. It's all really confusing. If you guys aren't confused yet, don't worry. Everyone was in the movie. Pretty much the murder started off with this girl. She goes missing, or this woman, she goes missing, and her daughter can't find her. And her daughter's, like 10 years old. She can't find her. Well, she goes missing, and in fact, they actually never resolved that murder. They never resolved that one. She's just gone. They don't even come back to that in the movie. They never find her. Spoiler, sorry. But during the movie, he starts realizing, because he gets a postcard that pretty much says, "Hey, Mr. Policeman, I bet you're pretty cold sleeping on the bench," or whatever, and I'm going to have a snowman for you, pretty much. That was kind of the start of it, and the picture of the snowman looks exactly like the snowmans he used to make as a kid, and also the snowmans that are left for him as like an idol. The whole movie, there's just snowmen everywhere. Every time there's a murder, or every time the killer wants you to know that he was there was a murder. And he always leaves a little sign for him to find. The movie has a pacing issue. It also has a story plot issue. You don't exactly get all the answers. They jump back in time a little bit, and they show another murder, which to me made no sense compared to the plot. It made no sense at all. Don't even know why they did it. Val Kilmer, by the way, was the detective back then. It was like 9 years ago in the movie, and he looks like shit. I don't know. I hope that's just makeup and stuff. If not, I feel really bad for Val Kilmer, the actor, because he looks like shit in this movie. But regardless, the movie keeps going on, and it's more confusing after another. You kind of start piecing together a few things, but they never fully explain why J.K. Simmons takes pictures of naked girls. They don't really go into that. They don't even go why he's even there. They don't kind of even go into why the girl that was helping him, that was helping Michael Fassbender, how she dies. They don't really go into why. And in fact, once you actually find out who the killer is, and everything gets resolved, it doesn't actually get resolved because you don't even know why he was making him into snowmen in the first place. He just was. You don't get it. We don't get it. I honestly, watching this movie, I saw the potential for a really good movie. I really did. I think the book is probably better because I know this is based off a book. It makes me want to read the book to find out the truth because it really does look like it'd be a really cool story if they did it right. The problem was they didn't explain things very well, and I do kind of want to watch this again only for the fact that I want to see some stuff that I think I probably missed. And that's probably how you're gonna feel when you leave this movie. And I don't mean like a Christopher Nolan movie where it makes you go out and think because he leaves stuff open. No, this movie just flat out doesn't end anything. It doesn't actually resolve. I mean, plain and simple, it just really doesn't. So, anyway, that's my quick little review. I mean, I give this movie probably a 2 out of 5. It really didn't pique my interest. It was boring most of the movie. I think the most exciting thing in the movie was the fact that the projector in the theater screwed up halfway through the movie, or at least a quarter of the way through. That was probably the most entertaining because people were shouting and doing stupid stuff in the theater. Well, other than that, this movie is not really worth it. You know, just wait for DVD. Then you can watch it a few times and try to figure out if they were actually trying to tell you something. Or maybe there'll be an extended cut that actually explains a little bit more, like Batman vs. Superman. We'll see. But either way, guys, this has been another review with Matt, and I hope everyone make sure you like and subscribe. I hope everyone has a good day, and make sure you leave your comments down below if you've seen this movie or if you just don't give two crats about this movie. Let us know. Anyway, thank you all, and don't forget to keep leveling up. I'll see you guys later.